Hello students, this is Aman Sharma and today we are going to talk about one of the very important topic that this is the chapter 7 of class 7 understanding media. So in this chapter, as we all know that this media is one of the important pillar of democracy and it is also called as the fourth pillar of democracy. So we will see that how it is connected to money, how it is connected to technology, how it is connected to democracy, and how much important it is. Now let's begin. First of all, we should know the meaning of media. So this media word came from medium. This media is the plural word of medium and it is a way through which we communicate in society. Of course, if we have to communicate with someone, we need medium, and the plural of this medium is media. So now it is important to understand that what is the meaning of mass media. So when information or data reaches millions of people across the country or world, we can say this is the work of mass media. So there are some examples of mass media: TV, newspaper, radio, etc. Now there are two types of media. One is print media, second is electronic media. Of course, print medias are the media which actually we get in printed form. They communicate their news in printed form. Examples are newspaper, magazines, etc. Now second we have electronic media, which the devices which runs on electricity. Now the example of those electronic medias are TV, radio. Now we have mobile phone also. So these are the examples of electronic media. Now it is important to know that how media is connected to technology. We cannot imagine our world without internet and television. So if we talk about internet, so internet came just around 20 years back, and as the technology is continuously changing, so now technology developed a lot, and now the simple news which is happening, any event which is happening in a corner of world can reach millions of people at a time. Improvement in sound means, of course, technology, improvement in sound, improvement in images and videos. These are responsible for this far reaching of media. And it is important to know that how television helped enable us to think of ourselves as members of a larger world. We know now today, as media is there or mass media is there, so the different parts of the world in a way we can say that they are linked together. Most of the cartoon that is made in USA or Japan we see in India. That's the example, or we can say that whole world is connected with the help of media. Now how media is connected to money. There is one example of TV studio. Like whenever there is a TV studio and any program is actually made, so they require human resource and some man-made resources. If we talk about human resource, so spot boy, cameraman, news anchor, sound specialist, etc. And non man-made resources, there are lights, cameras, sound recorders, transmission, satellite. So all these things require a lot of money. So from where this media gets money? So media gets money from advertisement. So the biggest source of income of media is advertisement. You may have seen in newspaper, on television also, a lot of advertisement is there between programs. Money, and the second source of income for the mass media is money paid by people for particular channel. Now we have media and democracy. Let's see how media is related to democracy. Media plays an important role in protecting our democracy. How? That's a question. How? By providing news. Whatever the things is going on in the world, different parts of the world, people can take action on the basis of these news. What we can do If we are not satisfied with any decision of the government, we can write letter to the concerned ministers. We can organize public protest. We can start a signature campaign in which we can take signature of the people who support or do not support a particular uh, idea of government or any action or policy of the government. We can ask question to rethink its program. Whatever program government came up with, we can we can make them understand to know the issue of people, and they can rethink on those issues also. Now, public protest. What is public protest? When a large number of people came together and openly state their opposition to some issue. Many public protests you may have seen also. There are some pictures of public protest. A signature campaign is also a kind of public protest. You can see struggle, you can see different types of issues that people used to raise. Okay, now next we have balance report. So if you will see in the book, you will find that there are two news houses. One is News of India, the second is India Daily New Report. And you can find that in the first News of India, you will find that protesters are shown as the nuisance creator. They are disrupting traffic, they are continually polluting the city with their factories, and leaves you with a bad impression about them. Now there is one another newspaper, India Daily Report, and what they are showing the real problem of the protesters, that why they are protesting. So in both their report, we can find that both the things are not balanced. Both the issues, whether we talk about the protesters, whether we talk about the government, both the reports are not actually balanced. Now, we can say that balanced report is important, but we can get balanced report only when the media is independent. No one should control and influence its coverage of news. Whatever the news houses are covering, no one should have any kind of pressure on these media houses. So, independent media and democracy. So, it is very important for a ideal democracy to have an independent media. It is on the basis of the information that the media provide that we take actions as citizens. So media should provide us the both side of the story so that we can take unbiased action towards anything. So it is important that the information is reliable and not biased. So it is the responsibility of media so that whatever news they are coming up with, those news should be proper, real and unbiased. Is media really independent? There's a big question, that is media really independent? So the big answer is no. Media is not really independent. The reality is that media is far from independent. First, control of media by government houses. So we can see that many censor boards, many scenes of a movie from a movie generally discarded, and government prevents either a news item, scene from a movie, the lyrics of a song from being shared with larger public referred as censorship. So generally, a media is not really independent. Sometimes they come under the pressure of the government. And the government, what they used to do? They used to do censorship. Now, government does continue to censor film. It does not censor media's coverage of news. So nowadays we can say that media, we may have heard about that a particular scene of a particular news that a particular scene of a particular movie or film is being censored by the government. So that is a thing which is very important to understand here. Next, the question is why most newspapers nowadays still fail to provide a balanced story. So what's the reason that media houses are actually not independent? So the first reason we discussed, like the government is responsible as they come up with censorship. The second is these media houses are under the control of big business houses, and media continual need for money. As we all know that media requires a lot of money for their programs and all, so they link to these business houses for their advertisement, and hence whatever report they are providing us, those newses are biased. Now we have local media. Local media is really very important, as national media is not able to cover each and every local issues of particular people or of particular part of India. In that case, this local media really help the ordinary people and their life. So we have some examples here. There are some local groups which start their own media houses for the local people. Several people use community radio to tell farmers about the prices of different crops and advise them to use how to use and what to use, like seeds and fertilizers. There is one example of local media is Khabar Lahariya. It is a newspaper run by 8 Dalit women in Chirkut district in Uttar Pradesh. This newspaper is in local language Bundeli. 8 pages are there of this newspaper, and in this newspaper, Dalit issues are raised along with cases of violence against women and political corruption. People, thank you for watching.